Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcasts? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Just head to amazon.com/ad-free news podcasts to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime subscribers. Some shows may have ads.
Let's make 2024 your best year yet. Cerebral can help with professional therapy and medication management 100% online. You'll also experience the all-new Cerebral Way, an innovative approach to mental wellness designed around you. You and your care team will co-create a personalized roadmap outlining your goals and milestones so you know what to expect on your journey to feeling better. Ready to get started? Head to Cerebral.com/podcast and use code ACAST to save 15% on your first month. Offer only valid on monthly plans. Other exclusions may apply. Offer ends April 30th. See site for details.
Ho, 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 guys. Welcome to day 2 of the 7 dates of Noel. This is the 21st of December, and this week's episode out of mic, in the mic, so it was really bad mic technique, wasn't it? Anyway, this week's episode is, today's little snippet of Behind the Eyes of Tony is going to be Venom's At War with Satan. It wouldn't be me if I didn't mention a Venom song at some time or another. Okay, so I did also say this is Heavy Metal Tones with your podcast, Tony Evans. I put that back to front. I've been drinking a bit of gin. I'm recording these back to back. It gets a bit busy. Anyway, so At War with Satan. It released on the 16th of April 1984, running at 39 minutes 45 seconds as the album. The track I'm going to talk about is the title track, At War with Satan, which is 19 minutes and 57 seconds, which is the full side of the album. So 1984 was a good year. The previous episode I just talked about with Power Slave was 1984 in September, and this is April. Now, I didn't hear this album then. Just to give you a bit of heads up, I didn't really get into Venom until I was 16 or 17, so probably 18 in fact. So you're looking at 1990, 88, 89, 90, around that point. So I'd never really dabbled with the extreme side of music until I met this crazy, he's Mauritian, crazy Mauritian Melvin. He sort of latched onto me as he's a bit of a, I'm going to use this term, and if it upsets people, I'm sorry, but he was a bit of a local nut. He used to hang around the train stations and sort of stuff. He was very long, lanky hair, always wore tight leopard skin jeans and pants. He was into heavy metal and death metal. He was a Satanist, or so he said he was. He was not on drugs, but he was on drugs enough to, sort of keep him happy drugs, okay? Not drug as in drug users. He was hypoglycemic. He was just a bit of a bit of an odd character, and I felt for him, and I took him under my wing a bit, even though he was 20 odd years older than me. And anyway, he gave me this album, and he said, "I want you to listen to this. If you're going to listen to heavy metal, because at that time I was listening to your Maidens and your Steve Vais and your White Snakes and all that sort of stuff that was bubbling around in the late 80s." And he gave me Judas Priest and stuff, and he gave me this album, and he gave it to me on cassette, because I had a personal Walkman, and that's the way I'd really consume music at that particular time, because I couldn't afford vinyl very much, and so I would copy people's records or get them to copy them for me. And he gave it to me. Now, at that particular time, I was living in a squat in Wimbledon, which is in South London for those outside of the UK. And I actually squatting next door to the wife from the Victor Meldrew's wife from One Foot in the Grave. Lovely lady. Anyway, that's a whole different podcast with lots of different crazy stories. But I was living there, and he'd give me this cassette, and I hadn't really listened to it. And so I was walking from that squat to the train station to go back to my parents' place, and you had to cross this dark train track, and there was not, the streetlights were really shit there. It was dark and quite off the beaten track, and I put this album on, and like I said before with the Ancient Mariner, I kid you not, guys, I genuinely thought that I'd done something unnatural. Like, I thought, this, surely I shouldn't be listening to this. And I'm not Christian, you know. I'm a mixed faith family. I'm a half Jew, half Christian. Not really either of them, and so not being of the, you know, that particular, I was never thought about sin or the devil, but this, it really grabbed me by my young balls and threw me around a bit. Now, I was wearing a pentagram around my neck that he'd also given me. You know, young, you do these things, right? And you know, it's 19 minutes and 57 seconds. It is a prog masterpiece for those that like. It's just not heavy. It's not for a band that this is like their third album in, and they've produced an album that is a piece of music which you wouldn't expect from a New Orleans-based band. I mean, Maiden had some progressive tendencies, but not until much later, maybe till really not till Seventh Son, and it's you know, it has thunder and lightning, and it has satanic verse. It's got lo-fi production. It's, in a word, if you've never listened to it and you're susceptible, and remember this is pre-internet, it scared the shit out of me, and it was like a roller coaster. I remember stopping it when I got to the train tracks, and I thought, I don't know, I can't go across these tracks, listen to this. And it wasn't until I got to the light of the train station I really started it again. And it has stuck with me forever since, and they are now, always will be, and there's a car in the background. I always go back to them as being one of the influences of music in my life, because they mix the punk with aggression, with satanic imagery, with just rock and roll fun, right? You know, people have a go for the lo-fi. That's the best bit about it. That's what punk was so good about. It was that DIY. Anyone can do it. This sounds like they did it in their shed. It's just fucking brilliant. You know, Kronos and Mantis and Abaddon, you know, a three-piece making that kind of noise. And brave enough to make that kind of noise for a whole side of an album. You know, I'm sure. I mean, HMV, the record store in the UK, pulled it from the shelves after 2 weeks of it being on the shelves because of its anti-Christian statement. I've got a fantastic signed copy of it. I won't tell you what it says on it because I will get expletives too much in this show. But that's the second album for me. The second song. It's actually one piece of music, but it comes off the whole album. It's just wonderful. Go out there and listen to it. See if it evokes the same kind of emotion to you. Young guys who are out there listening to this podcast are new to metal. It will do that to you. The jaded ones, it probably won't. It's a sad, sad fact that it won't. And there's not much out there that will do that now. And hey, it's just the way it is. I feel lucky that I live in a time when I could put it on and I could be viscerally moved and changed. And just, it is just brilliant. You know, the thunderclaps, the spoken word, it just draws you in, and it just keeps going. And you think, how am I? 19 minutes and 57 seconds just flies by. And so, you know, for me, that is number 2. And I think on this list, and I would say urge you to go out and find it on any streaming service you can. Anyway, that's me, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow, day 3 of the 7 dates of Noel. Grab a gin, grab a whiskey, grab a drink, grab a Coke, whatever you have, even a cup of tea, which I shall do in a minute, and enjoy At War with Satan. Bye, guys.
Get the best workout with the best-kept secret in fitness. Hydro, the state-of-the-art at-home rower. Hydro engages 86% of your muscles, delivering the ultimate full-body workout in just 20 minutes. From advanced to beginner, Hydro has over 4,000 classes that are shot all over the world and are taught by Olympians and world-class athletes. For a 30-day risk-free trial with free standard shipping, go to Hydro.com and use code ROW500 to save up to $500. That's HYDROW.com, code ROW500.
Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcasts? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Just head to amazon.com/ad-free news podcasts to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime subscribers. Some shows may have ads.
Being a winner on Valentine's is easy. It's flowers. Don't forget the flowers. Order early at 1-800-Flowers.com and you'll be entered for a chance to win $10,000 cash, a bouquet that's guaranteed to wow, and the chance at winning $10,000 cash. Just go to 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST. No purchase necessary. Ends at 11:59 ET on 2/4/24. Open to legal residents of the 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 years of age or older. Sponsor is 1-800-Flowers, Inc. For free entry method official rules, visit www.1800flowers.com/sweeps.